Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Welcome to PENDREAM TV, your number one hub for breaking political news and hard-hitting debates. Today we bring you a shocking clash that has set the political stage on fire. Honorable Inusah Fuseini goes head-to-head with Sylvester Tetteh in a heated showdown over the explosive AG versus Ghana Bar Association Saga. Stay tuned. This is one political battle you don't want to mix.
A group of professionals met to deliberate on the state of affairs and also to express their thoughts about what's going on in this part of town. I'm talking about Ghana Bar Association. Honorable, how long have you been a member of the bar?
Since Nkrumah was in Guinea, since I became a lawyer.
Whoa.
And I'm a paid up member.
That's close to 30 years.
No, 25 years.
About 25 years.
Yes.
I say close to 30 years, about 25 years.
Yeah.
I see. The Ghana Bar Association have spoken. Of course, the leader of the bar has also spoken. I'm talking about Ghana's Attorney General and Minister for Justice. And it has received some significant public reaction since that comments that he made. I want us to watch this video. And then after watching this video, we'll come back and have a conversation. Please, let's watch this.
Let us therefore be the conscience of the Republic, fearless when governments overreach, impartial when opposition agitates, and always faithful to the sovereignty of the people under the Constitution. And talking of sovereignty, we should desist from the temptation of inviting foreign interference in our internal constitutional processes. As a professional body, there is absolutely nothing wrong with forming relationships with like-minded foreign associations. Such relationships are necessary for cross-fertilization of ideas on professional matters such as standards. That is where it should end. Interference in constitutional politics risks violating the principle that sovereignty resides in the people of Ghana, in whose name and for whose benefit the powers of government are to be exercised. My distinguished colleagues, the task before us is clear. We must renew the spirit of the profession. We must strengthen ethical discipline within our ranks. A few errant lawyers can tarnish the credibility of the entire bar. The Ghana Bar Association must be vigilant in holding us to the highest standards of integrity. We must deepen access to justice. Legal aid must not be a token gesture. It must be a living reality for the poor. The destiny of Ghana is tied to the integrity of a legal profession. If we stand firm, this republic will stand firm. If we falter, this republic will stumble. Let us therefore recommit ourselves to the ideals of our forebears: justice, integrity, freedom, and service.
Ghana's Attorney General and the Minister for Justice, Dr. Dominic Akuritinga Ayeni, speaking or addressing the Ghana Bar Association. It was an event that happened over the weekend, and the issues that he has raised has enjoyed some significant public press. And if you look at today's Daily Post, it says the AG Ayeni accuses GBA of partisan bias, selective advocacy on constitutional issues, and that story is on page 5. It says that Attorney General Dr. Dominic Ayeni has accused the Ghana Bar Association of leaving its professional path and turning partisan. Speaking at the GBA's annual conference in WA, Dr. Ayeni expressed disappointment of what described as the association's inconsistent advocacy and bias in addressing constitutional matters. We must remember that our allegiance is first and foremost, to the Constitution of this republic, not to transient political interests, he told members. Our republic has tested and continues to test the resilience of its democratic institutions. In doing this, the bar has played a crucial role in assisting the Supreme Court to interpret and enforce the Constitution. But outside the courtroom, the advocacy of the bar as a professional group has lacked consistency, bringing into question its adherence to principles. Dr. Ayeni accused the GBA of failing to show fairness in its positions on critical national issues. He suggested that the association's voice often mirrors that of the opposition rather than maintaining neutrality. According to him, the bar had become self-serving, putting its own interest above those of the legal profession and society. Citing examples, the Attorney General pointed to the association's silence during the removal of former Electoral Commission chairperson Mrs. Charlotte Osei, and her deputies, contrasting it with its vocal opposition to the recent process to remove Chief Justice Gertrude Torkornoo, when in 2015 an Article 146 petition was received by the Chief Justice in relation to the former chairperson of the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, Madame Loretta Lamte, the bar failed to speak out about the process. In the run-up to 2016 election, the then opposition New Patriotic Party engaged the Electoral Commission in court battles over the voter identification system. This gave rise to the Abu Ramadan line of cases. Immediately upon assuming office in 2017, an Article 146 petition was filed for the removal of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Mrs. Charlotte Osei, and her deputies from office. The bar saw no basis to speak out about compliance with the due process. So the issue about the neutrality and unbiased and impartiality of the Ghana Bar Association has come to the fore. Let me ask you, Sylvester Tetteh, what are your views on this? The suggestion is that the Ghana Bar Association appears to always speak for the MPP.
Yeah.
You see, my friend, my senior, Honorable Dominic, I've worked with him on a Constitutional and Legal Affairs Committee in Parliament. Okay. I've always held him in high esteem until he was appointed as an Attorney General of this Republic. He's disappointed me.
Why?
Yes. To begin with, this is an Attorney General who tries his cases in a public court of opinion instead of going to the court. Today he's waged onto another forum of doing the usual NDC communication. I don't get the head and tail of his admonishment to the Ghana Bar Association except to remind us of things they didn't do and how politically exposed they are. But he himself is a politician. But at that forum where he was speaking, he was speaking as a leader of the bar, as an Attorney General. And for that matter, one would have thought and had expected him to act as such, other than wearing the NDC colours and speaking like perhaps my senior colleague this morning will be doing for the NDC. He worked too hard. If he's appointed an Attorney General, we'll judge him on the basis of being an Attorney General of the Republic. Today, he can decide to do all the politics for the NDC. And we'll be happy, we'll grant him all that. But the line of communication he's putting out there I don't get the head and tail of it. He's reckoned that for a bar association like Ghana Bar Association has a right to fraternize and have sister organizations and associations. And nobody says that the interpretation of our laws or the positioning of our law is a sole prerogative of the bench. The interpretations and all these things. But the associations and its fraternal relationships are meant to ensure that we are aligned with best practices globally. That is why you see judges on the bench citing cases from other common law jurisdictions and some other cases in other jurisdictions for persuasive purposes. I mean, he's a seasoned lawyer. And there's nothing wrong with that. That if you have an association like Ghana Bar Association and you have fraternal relationship with other associations, how then do you say that it is influencing your decision on policies in this country, except to say that best practices, we are all learning. He has been attending conferences with other attorney generals across the world. Does he now tend to tell us that his association with other attorney generals around the world is influencing his decision as an attorney general of this republic? I mean, let's be fair. If he goes there, and I'm not surprised because the president of the republic himself had already told us that NDC lawyers must also get their lawyers together and get even onto the bench, because most of the judges in the bench are all MPP judges, and for that matter, what is their fight against the president of the Ghana Bar Association? She doesn't take a unilateral decision for the Bar Association. Recently, their public commentary and all that, it was a unanimous decisions by members of the association, of which is one. You may dissent. You may dissent. And to the extent that NDC lawyers are trying to even form an association, if we travel this journey and to find Attorney General even leading this charge, telling them, when there was this case, you didn't speak. When there was this case, you did this. I don't get the head and tail of his admonishment. Seriously speaking, I don't get it. If we want to go back, he as an Attorney General, his actions over time in the last 8 months as Attorney General of this Republic, we may cite him for being biased. We'll cite him for being biased. That's why I'm saying that his tenure as an Attorney General over the last 8 months is total disappointment to me. It's total disappointment to me. But I don't find the dichotomy between a bar association in Ghana and having fraternal relationship with other associations globally is impacting the work they do here. It's for persuasive purposes. Journalists, you have fraternal associations all over the world. And I'm not sure that by virtue of that association is negatively impacting your editorial policy or what you stand for as media houses or as professional journalists and your ethics in this country. If not for anything, today, the president is telling us that he's carrying 4 million Ghanaians to Australia to go and learn best practices in mining. 4 million Ghanaians. That is what the president is telling us today.
He didn't say that.
What did he say?
He didn't say he's taking 4 million Ghanaians.
But the president had told us there are 4 million small-scale miners in this country.
Yes.
And to adhere to best practices, they are sending them to Australia. He didn't also tell us the number of people he's sending to Australia.
Leadership, not 4 million.
He didn't say that.
No.
He didn't say that. Please go and check that.
He obviously can't take 4 million people.
But he didn't say he's sending leadership.
Do you honestly believe he'll take 4
But I
million
don't
people?
know. When the party, he says there are 4 million Ghanaians doing small-scale mining in this country. No, but tell me, Moro, are you speaking for the president?
I'm not.
Are you interpreting what the
I'm
president
not.
said?
But do you realistically believe that the president will take 4
This president
million?
can do anything.
4 million.
John
small-scale
Mahama can
miners?
do anything. John Mahama that promised to declare state of emergency. Today he's telling us the last resort. What they've done before the last resort, nobody knows. And he's telling us to adhere to best practices. He's sending 4 million Ghanaians to Australia to go and learn best practices. Who told you the leadership of this, they don't know the best practices? Leadership of this, they don't know the best practices. In Australia, it's the enforcement of the law, not the other way around. It's to say that it is rather negatively impacting the Bar Association. I don't get that. He knows the processes by which they make their statement and take a position on national issues. He's been hit hard by the removal of the Chief Justice. One of the promises they made in opposition. Today, see how swiftly they've removed the Chief Justice. And the processes of removing the Chief Justice, they are hiding behind law. When the people speak against it, you say that they are being influenced by the association with other fraternal organizations outside the jurisdiction. I don't get the head and tail of this. But he must speak, not as an NDC, not like he's on NDC platform. I should be speaking as an Attorney General and give us the facts. But if you want to wage into this, NPP did this, you didn't speak, NDC did this, you didn't speak. The Bar Association itself there, he has been a member for the last 25 years. Do you think somebody like Honorable Haruna Inusah Fuseini will sit down to be saying that all of us should go and speak for NPP? No. There are people who are known NDC members of the association, including the executives there. So when the association speaks, it must not say that they speak because it's NPP that is in power or NPP is in opposition. But what is wrong is wrong.
Right.
What is wrong is wrong. The removal of the Chief Justice will haunt them for a long time to come. And I promise them that. President Mahama, the removal of the Chief Justice will haunt him and the NDC for the rest of their lives. And it will be a scar on the NDC for removing the Chief Justice. Today they are quick to bring the how do we call it, the EC commissioner. Go and check the circumstances, the processes that it went through. For me, they think that they are in power, they can get away with everything. They should continue. But posterity will not be kind to them on the basis of this. That is why today you see the Attorney General. He cannot find his thoughts together than only to do political propaganda. But I think it's much ado about nothing. His admonishment, his statement, and whatever he has said. For me, Sylvester sitting here, he's doing, and he still seems to be like he's on the political platform, the NDC political platform. But he must be guided. Now look, he wears the heart of an Attorney General and a leader of the bar. We expect that from him. But to wade into political discourse like he did, obviously, I can only say that he's one on one. He thought he was one on the NDC campaign platform. But it's much ado about nothing. We must encourage them to have fraternal relationship, to bring to bear best practices all over. Well, they've all been trained outside. Why didn't they school only in this country? But they find out when they school outside, it brings something to them. So I think that there's nothing wrong for the Bar Association. He's attended many, many conferences. He's a member of the Ghana Bar Association.
Okay.
But they don't speak for the MPP. The executive of the Bar Association today, go and check. What is wrong is wrong.
All right. Honorable.
Well, I initially thought that the incoherence in thinking had afflicted only the National Council of the MPP.
Oh.
Because that was manifested in the interpretation of their constitution.
Right.
But I see that the disease has affected even leading members of the party,
Okay.
including members of parliament and former members of parliament. Because what is the causal link
Right.
between about 4 million people engaged in small-scale mining and sending people to Australia to learn best practices? And even if the president had said 4 million people are going, you would have asked him whether he's going to use a ship to transport them, or what vessel, or what receptacle he's going to use. But again, that is a manifestation of the incoherence in the difficulty in linking and dotting the I's and crossing the T's.
But that's his understanding of what the president says.
But that understanding cannot be supported by any logical reasoning. Okay.
Yes.
Now, the second thing is that, you say you must, and I'm happy, Sly knows as a member of the bar, that the Ghana Bar Association is couched in the terms of a state institution. That is why, when you look at the 1992 Constitution, the Ghana Bar Association is an association of private practitioners, lawyers. Now, but look at the formation of the National Media Commission. The Ghana Bar Association has to send a representative. Why? Because they can speak truth to power. Look at the establishment of the Lands Commission. The Ghana Bar Association is an association of lawyers. Has to send a representative and many other constitutional bodies. If you look at the laws that we passed, we demanded in some laws that the Ghana Bar Association must be represented. Why? Because it's couched in the terms of, in the nature of an impartial, fair, resolute, and strong body that can protect the rights, liberties, and freedoms of individuals. So there's an invidious responsibility imposed on the Ghana Bar Association by reason of its nature and composition to be fair and unbiased. So when you will find perceptions of bias or unfairness in their approach to national issues, you are entitled to complain. So when the Ghana Bar Association in 2021 said that they were taking a break from commenting on national issues when Kufuor was in power, we thought that was very, very inappropriate. The Ghana Association, as a body of lawyers, was not designed to take a break on commenting on political issues, which are matters of public importance. But the Ghana Bar Association said that to us in 2001. Now, again, when the Ghana Bar Association refused, neglected, or failed to comment, even though stated misbehavior was not provided in the Constitution defined, Larry Bimi's deputy refused a directive from Larry Bimi, the late Larry Bimi, to change office.
You mean Larry Bimi of the NCC?
NCC. That was the first time Article 146 was invoked.
Yeah.
A petition was sent for the removal of the Deputy Commissioner of the National Commission on Civic Education.
Right.
That petition was held under Article 146.
Right.
Article 146 decided that the conduct of the deputy to Larry Bimi, which bordered on insubordination, was stated misbehavior. He was removed from office. The Ghana Bar Association did not find his voice. to say that, oh, how can insubordination of that nature be stated misbehavior?
But he's only a deputy NCC boss.
Huh?
Who is he?
Who is who?
Yeah, he's only a deputy NCC boss.
Yeah, but he has the terms and conditions of a court of appeal.
Yes, but...
So that's why Article 146 was invoked.
I get it.
Now,
but the argument that the NPP poses all the time, and I hear them, is that this is the Chief Justice.
No. Yes, so
all others don't matter.
No, that argument is even flawed.
Okay.
There's the process, the Article 146 is not about the Chief Justice. Article 146 of the Constitution is talking about the removal of justices of the Superior Court of Judicature.
Yes.
And the chairman of regional tribunal.
Yes.
That's what Article 146 is talking about.
Yes.
Then provides a procedure for that process to happen. And when you look at Article 146.6, it answers to another principle of law. The Chief Justice is a justice of the Superior Court of Judicature.
Yes.
Under 146.3, where a petition is sent for the removal of a justice of the Superior Court of Judicature, that petition is sent to the Chief Justice for the determination of a prima facie.
Right. Fact.
But where the petition involves the Chief Justice, do you send the petition to the Chief Justice? So that answers to the procedural matter. That answers to the principle of natural justice.
Right.
The Chief Justice, in this case, cannot be a judge in her own cause to determine a prima facie case. That is where the Chief Justice comes. But look at the head notes, and when you look at the evidence decree, head notes are an aid to interpretation. So it provides a procedure for dealing with a petition for the removal of a Superior Court of Judicature who happens to be a Chief Justice.
Right.
That's all. That's what Article 146 is doing. So they have somehow taken the argument out of context, and they are talking as if Article 146 is about the removal. No, it's Superior Court of Judicature. Now, secondly, as a Ghana Bar Association, stated misbehavior was not defined in Loretta Lamte's case. Article 146 was. Stated misbehavior was not defined in in the removal of Charlotte Osei and her deputy's case. They had the terms and conditions of a judge of the Superior Court of Judicature. That was why their petitions were heard. And at that time that they were being removed, the procedure and process for their removal was determined by the Chief Justice. The Ghana Bar Association did not issue a statement to say that the discretion of the Chief Justice to determine the procedure and processes for the removal of Charlotte Osei or Loretta Lamte or the deputy to Larabimi potentially infringed the rights of those persons.
But Alaji, they cannot comment on everything.
They should comment on everything.
Why?
Because, you need consistency.
But you were a member then. Where were you? What did you say?
You need consistency. If you are not consistent, it raises issues like the issue the leader of the bar has said. And he is the leader of the bar. It's true. He's right. He's right. What the leader of the bar is saying is simply that don't lose your voice when one government is in power. Be bold, be fearless, and talk truth to power, irrespective of the government in power. When you lose your voice, when one group of people are in power, you assume the character, even though you are construed as a national body, you assume the character of a hypocritical body. And people can then attack you with partisanship. That's what he's telling them. And you don't see the sense.
I get what
He's a leader of the Ghana Bar Association. He's saying that, look, it doesn't make sense when you know that Article 146 of the Constitution has been invoked on many different occasions, including a judge of the High Court who was subject to Article 146 provisions, but who went on retirement before the provisions were completed. So it has been invoked many times. And all these times that Article 146 was invoked, there were no processes and procedures. So where were you? Now, again, when you look at the Charlotte Osei case, the counsel in that case, in court, said that it was important because there could be a potential violation when you vest in the Chief Justice or in the body the sole right and authority to determine the procedure to regulate the proceedings. That could lead to the abuse of the rights of that person. So he entreated the court to make consequential orders directing the Attorney General to develop rules of procedure to regulate the invocation of Article 146. That was in 2015, 2008. That was in 2017,
Right.
18. Right. MPP was in government. The bar association. In 2000 recommendations, what pressure as a national body did they bring to bear on the establishment to ensure that the recommendation of the Constitution Review Committee was implemented? If that was done,
Yes.
will they today be calling for the promulgation of that? It's not new. What they're saying is not actually new. The court, where Koko Baku went to court challenging the removal of Charlotte Osei, the court said that.
Yes.
When the Constitution Review Committee said that. So what they're saying is not new.
Yes, but
that exposes their hypocrisy.
but Alaji,
Who's hypocrisy?
Alaji,
Ghana Bar
the
Association,
Ghana Bar
including your good
Association-
self.
No, hold on.
The
No.
leadership.
Including your good self.
The Ghana Bar Association exercises discretion as to what comment or what issues they must express an opinion on. Which exercise of discretion they're entitled to. It is as of
So
right.
2011, you quoted.
So this guy Sylvester Tetteh, the
I've
PR.
heard him. I've heard him.
Yes, you heard
the
him.
secretary.
Yes.
I heard him.
Yes.
But what did he say? He said they're entitled to the
Yes,
issue that
and it says they listen,
They
they
listen
observe,
to-
and then when it gets to a point where they believe that this is when they must comment on an issue, then they come out
I'm
and
saying
comment.
that Kuji was there at the bar
Yes,
when Constitution Review Committee
yes,
recommended that the rules of court committee
yes.
must develop processes and procedures
That was 2011.
to regulate the
That was
invocation.
2011.
In
2011. Who was the leader of the bar then?
But 2011, I'm not talking about the leader of the bar. I'm talking about the bar as an institution.
Were you not a member of the bar?
I'm not talking.
Were you not attending annual bar
When we
conferences?
elect executives of the bar, we repose in them the mandate to take decisions on our behalf.
Yes.
And we are entitled
Yes.
to criticize that decision.
Right.
But you know my
what
worry with
what I'm
Alaji.
saying
You
is
were even a cabinet minister at that time. You were a senior member.
I say that. Let's talk about the Ghana Bar Association.
And we are talking about it, of which you are a member.
Because sometimes,
You are a seasoned
sometimes
lawyer.
the Ghana Bar Association can be very nauseating. You issue a process, you issue a first letter, and tell us. And I was very pleased with that letter.
You were,
And it's not- yes.
you were pleased with that letter.
That look,
You were
so
pleased
far,
with that letter?
Yes, that so far, as an association of lawyers, we are monitoring the process. We have not yet seen a breach of any provision of the Constitution. That was the first letter they issued. Then somehow, the malevolent forces they descended on the Ghana Bar Association. Familiar spirits. And
Including your good
when
self.
they had the
Including
when
your
they
good
had
self.
the midterm session in Accra here,
Including your good self.
on a Saturday, a group of lawyers numbering about 38 got the Ghana Bar Association to pass a resolution demanding the stoppage of the constitutional process. Ghana Bar Association. In one vein, you are saying that, oh, there's no breach. We don't see any breach. In another vein, you are passing a resolution because some malevolent forces attacked the process, the executives of the Bar Association, and got themselves constituted to pass a resolution, and you acted on that resolution.
So you were not in that meeting?
I mean, I was not in that meeting.
No, but Moro, you see, very
Then
interesting.
thirdly,
You
let me
finish.
come.
Please.
We expect the Ghana Bar Association to stand up
Okay.
and defend the sovereignty of the country.
Yeah.
That's the Ghana Association.
Ghana ambassador should defend the sovereignty of
Yes.
this country.
I'm not saying that they should go and pick guns.
They should now defend the sovereignty of this country.
Now,
Alaji, did you say that?
Yes, I said that. And I mean it. That when a colleague bar association, the Bar Council of England and Wales, which is just like the Ghana Bar Association,
Yes.
or the Commonwealth Lawyers Association,
Yes.
which is just an extended body of the Ghana Bar Association and other bodies, bar associations within the Commonwealth.
It's not an extended body. They are independent bodies.
Well,
They only have fraternal relationships.
No, that's an amalgam. That's an amalgam of all the. No, let me tell you that there's an amalgam. Commonwealth law.
Okay.
It's an amalgam of all the bar associations.
Very well.
Now, so that's an extension of the Ghana Bar Association. Now, so when the issue is calling on the president to immediately halt the process, the Ghana Bar Association should have been first to say, I don't think that process is founded in the Constitution.
Right.
But they kept quiet. They didn't say anything. And that is why the Attorney General is calling on them to rise up.
Okay.
The sovereignty, when it comes to defending the sovereignty of the country, defend it.
Okay.
Say that the country has the right when it is following the processes. And then you see, you also know, as a former member, as a lawyer, you know that.
I'm not a lawyer.
You're not a lawyer?
Yes.
He's not a lawyer.
I'm not a lawyer.
Go to the law school.
I've done that.
But he's a pocket lawyer.
You go in the law school.
I've done that. I'm going to go to Makola.
So
I don't want to practice law.
You don't want to practice?
No.
It's called up and coming.
No, up and coming lawyer. Now, go to the law school because your argument, you are very coherent. More than the National Council members. Now, so the thing is that you are a bar association, and you know, in Law 101, where the Constitution vests an authority or a right in a person to carry out an activity consistent with the Constitution. The only time that you can challenge the exercise of that authority or right is when that person or authority is deviating from the express provisions of the Constitution.
Okay, all right. But so let me quickly say this. I understand that today we're having some challenges with the live streaming of our program on our social media, on our digital platforms. So I'm talking Facebook, YouTube, and so on. And some of you have actually called to express your frustrations. We sincerely apologize for that. Our technical team is doing everything possible to make sure that we rectify this technical anomaly, and so that you can continue to enjoy that fantastic and wonderful experience on our digital platforms. We sincerely apologize for this mishap. And so we do everything possible. We're doing everything possible to sort it out. So please bear with us. But in the meantime, you can still listen to us on 94.1. That's on your radio dial. That's if you are sitting in a car or you have a radio set just by your side. Tune into 94.1 FM, and you can monitor not just Good Morning Ghana, but some of our top programs here on Metro Television. 94.1 FM. That's on your radio dial. It doesn't have a name now, but I'm sure that when you tune in, you either hear my voice or Inusah Fuseini's voice and that of Sylvester Tetteh's voice, and you know that you're here with us. So once again, we sincerely apologize for that technical hitch. As far as our digital streaming on our digital platforms are concerned, our technical team is doing everything possible to rectify the anomaly, and we're so sorry about that. Anyway, so
you see what fascinates me.
Again, let me again remind our viewers that we're live on the multi-TV platforms as well. So that's also another avenue that you can catch us on. Once you have a decoder, we're now on multi-TV platform. We're also on satellite. And so the options are many. Also on DSTV, we're on channel 277. That's on DSTV 277. So these are all avenues, alternatives, options that you can exercise, or options that you can take, so that you can monitor. I know you don't want to miss Good Morning Ghana, and for that matter, all other programs on Metro TV and Original TV and so on. So we have all these options for you to take. Yes, Sylvester, please go ahead.
You see, Alaji, you see, the interesting thing, you see how he stretched the argument. And I'm happy he's a senior member at bar, and of course a member of the association. I will be happy to have heard his own dissenting views on these matters then. But you know what fascinates me? And if you stretch the argument, cited 2011, cited other cases, Deputy Commissioner of NCCE and all that, to the extent that they are looking for reforms to take away other, the Chief Justice being the determinant of a prima facie case by other ranks of the Superior Court of Judicature from the Chief Justice, and they should do that.
Who is looking for?
I mean, those are the arguments you were...
No.
That you are saying the processes.
No,
you just... well, then I didn't get you.
So let me explain.
I'm coming.
We are not challenging the constitutional provision. I mean, if there's going to be an amendment, fine. But we're not challenging the authority because the Chief Justice is the head of administration. So that's why he has disciplinary authority. So I said that when the Chief Justice, because when you look at Article 1463, where the petition involves the removal of a justice of the Superior Court of Judicature or a chairman of a regional tribunal.
Yes.
The person who determines
is prima facie case. Yes, is the Chief Justice.
So we're not saying that.
I agree. So in a matter of the Chief Justice, now who determines the prima facie case?
So that is why in 1969, consequent upon the removal of accusations, the drafters of the Constitution came to the conclusion
invested that in the Council of State.
That was when the Council of State was established.
Good.
You know why? They wanted to insulate the removal of a Chief Justice from partisan political consideration.
Fantastic.
That is why they departed. In America, the removal of a Chief Justice or a Justice of the Superior Court of Judicature is vested in Congress. In Britain, it's vested in Parliament.
Fantastic.
But in 1969, the drafters of the Constitution said, let's insulate the process and even make it in camera to protect the integrity of the whole process. Invest the moral conscience, the moral compass of this nation in those institutions that we have established to determine prima facie and also the committees to be set up to determine the culpability of those cases.
Let me take you to the composition of the Council of State. Let me take you to the composition of the Council of State. And you realize that it's in the bosom of the ruling party. To the extent that elections were held in Ashanti region. You saw who won that elections. The regional minister today says, no, I won't accept it. You see, all the members of the Council of State, for me, that is why some people are saying that. If that is what you call rule of law, where the president has appointed the chairman of the Council of State and all these people, they are all NDC apologists. Then you take the person to the Hawks and say, I'm using the law, and you push the person to them. And look at so you see, if you want to be fair, I'm coming.
You see,
when insulation, please, you've cited other jurisdictions that in America is in Congress. So what you have done, the election of the members of the Council of State itself and subsequent appointment by the president according to the Constitution is the same extension of the NDC headquarters. Today, the woman made an application that yes, it affects me. You want to hold it in camera. I want to be disgraced. I want to see it.
You can't waive a constitutional provision that provides for a procedure. You can't do it.
Please.
You see, that's why the law was more political.
Alaji, you see,
you can't do it.
If you say it's more political, you have politicized it. We all know that the
how can you waive a constitutional provision?
Please,
the Chief Justice, the former Chief Justice has no such power.
You see.
To single-handedly amend the Constitution.
So that is why the person made an application.
No.
He didn't just say, he made an application.
It was wrong.
Whether wrong or not, it's his or her right.
No.
He made an application.
She has not got that right.
Oh, please, Alaji. She made that application. Listen. So you see where my problem lies. Today, you think that, you've gone through the process, a petition was sent. The determination of a prima facie case. We are all interested. We are all learning. We want to enhance our democracy. We want to grow our democracy. Look at the composition of the Council of State. When the president in opposition on his campaign trail, he promised to remove the Chief Justice. They get the Council of State members, go and determine a prima facie case. We are interested in the basis for the determination of that prima facie case. We want to know. The good people of this country, we are interested. That is where they know all these things is being cooked from the Jubilee House. That is why if they are telling to halt the process, It's for good conscience. That is why I've told you earlier that the NDC, John Mahama, this removal of the Chief Justice will haunt them for a very long time to come.
But Sylvester, are you,
Look, you can hide behind the law. You can hide behind the law.
aware that
Aware of
all
what?
of these is supposed to be done in camera?
You see, that's what I'm telling you. Where we sit, me and you,
So that,
me and you, where
so
we
that
sit.
if
Me
they share
and you,
with
where
us
we sit, where we
the
sit.
basis for reaching or on the basis for arriving at the decision as to why a prima facie case has been reached in itself, wouldn't that amount to an infraction of the Constitution?
So let me tell you something. You see, all that we have said here, all what we are saying, is to enhance our democracy.
Okay.
We are all reading.
So you mean going forward?
We are all reading between the lines. That is why he knows where he sits as a member of the bar. He says that, when I asked the question, he says, the leadership of the bar, we expected them to hold the territorial integrity of this country. He has said so. Okay. But he himself has a singular responsibility to himself and to the association. We didn't hear him cough because at that time he was in government.
I commented. Well, which one?
In 2011. Were you not in government?
But no, 2011 was the recommendation.
Yes. I'm coming.
The white paper was issued in 2016.
I'm coming.
And before we implement the white paper, we lost the election.
Go to the street. Go to the street and list all the members of the Council of State and ask any reasonable person on the street whether or not their decision represents law and fairness.
Yes, it does.
God be with you.
So
if it does, God be with you. If it does, God be with you.
So
we all live in this country.
So let's call upon the CDD.
No. Let me tell you.
No.
You see, they shouldn't change anything. Let them leave it. Let them leave it as it is. And the Chief Justice that will be appointed in place of this woman, let the person hold the office.
So
we'll come back.
So Moro.
Please.
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
So you agree with those? You agree with some of your friends who say when they come, they remove the next Chief Justice?
Of course.
He agrees with them. So
I agree with them. Of course.
I've always been saying that.
Of course.
When people argue, they must listen to themselves.
Okay. I listen to myself. I listen to you.
You have not listened to yourself.
You see, what you've done is a political calculation.
Slide.
I've listened to commentary even after the removal of the Chief Justice.
Finished. And you're already jumping about the place.
I'm not jumping about any place. I'm telling you, you've done your politics. You've done your NDC politics. But I've told you, it will haunt the conscience of President Mahama. It will haunt the conscience of the NDC. It will haunt all of you. It will haunt all of you. It will haunt all of you.
Please come in.
Okay.
Look, can you project the list of the members of the Council of State? Put it on the board. Members of the Council of State. Put it on the board. Put the list of the members of the Council of State. Put them on board.
I say he's not listening to himself.
I've listened to myself. No problem.
In 2024,
yes,
Koko Azar sent a petition to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo for the removal of Gertrude Tokono.
Yes.
For a wrong exercise of a decision to transfer some judges.
Yes.
Nana Akufo-Addo said that the Council of State, when he consulted the Council of State said that petition did not raise a prima facie case.
Right.
Is Sylvester Tetteh telling me?
So another Council of State will establish a prima facie case.
Please.
Irrespective of what it is. No problem.
You're not listening to yourself.
Me, I've listened to myself.
I've always been asking myself, what was the basis for the arrival of that decision? But today I've gotten the answer.
Okay.
Fly is telling me that it was largely because that Council of State constituted under Nana Akufo-Addo was largely MPP.
Okay.
And they did exactly what Nana Akufo-Addo wanted them to do.
Right. Let me tell him something.
So I now
NDC, we have known NDC people in that Council of State. Today, the only MPP man who won in the Ashanti region, you removed him. Then the next moment, you establish a prima facie case.
I say that.
You see?
I say that.
I'm saying that there will be another Council of State in future. And they will fully engage.
Let's take a breather.
What a fiery exchange between Inusah Fuseini and Sylvester Tetteh over the AG versus GBA saga. The debate is far from over, and we will keep bringing you every twist and turn as it unfolds. Don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts in the comment section below, and subscribe to PENDREAM TV for more breaking political news and explosive debate. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged.
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.